Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Not a Misfortune. Welcome to yet another video on my channel. This was something new because I'm going to be showing you the process that I'm doing for the map that I'm currently making. This is of course from my Twitch channel if you want to go ahead and check that out. The link just passed you on the screen, and I sped this up quite a bit. So, you know, if you think that it's maybe a little bit too fast, you want it slower or maybe even faster, do let me know down in the comments below. But in general, this is kind of the process I do with most of my maps, but this one has been much more evolved. I did want to say that, of course, this isn't the beginning of the process. As you can see, I do have a little bit of it drawn out or filled in already. Like, as you can see, a lot of the trees here are already obviously there. And the reason because of that is because Twitch decided to, the first time it did not allow me to download a video was this one for some reason. So the first, I want to say 10-ish hours of this process are not going to be put up. So I do apologize, but I think I will be ultimately going through everything, every process that I've done up to this point later on in the video. So you should be able to see the process and kind of see what I do for my map making. But I will say that there's one thing obviously that I don't do. So I started off with on a paper actually, and I traced the shape of the continents that I wanted, just basically, you know, with a pencil. I usually use some kind of small objects that I randomly throw out on the piece of paper. In my example, I used beads, and that kind of gives me a rough outline of the coastline because I don't want to just be making it up in my head. So I kind of know what I want to, like the layout of my continents, but to generate the coastline specifically, I go in and, you know, use the beads for that. And then I scan it in, and pretty much anything after that you're going to see on here. I just delete the white and only keep the pencil in. If you really want to know a tutorial on how to import your map into Photoshop and, you know, have it workable where you're ready with the outline, if you're struggling with that, do let me know. I can make a video specifically on that. I think it's a little bit difficult to show in a Twitch setting anyway, so I can for sure do that probably sometime in the future. Let me know. I can show you any of these techniques. So as you can see here, this is where I started basically. I started placing down my mountains on the other two continents, and basically I'm using a free brush set that I found online. And for this process, I really wanted to keep it as much of my own art as I could. But the thing is I suck at drawing natural landforms, well, natural things like mountains and trees. So in order to avoid that, I could make my own brush set. That's not really an issue, but I just suck at drawing different mountains. Plus I didn't want to sit for 5 hours and draw different mountains, you know. So I found a free brush set. I don't remember what it's called right now. I'm recording over this video obviously because I sped it up, but I can probably post it down below just to give them credit. But it is an open source, I guess, brush set. You can use in any of your project, even commercial ones. And that's another important thing for me, is because multiple people have suggested that I publish my campaign. So I did want to kind of go all out on this map and really just make it as much my own and exactly what I wanted to do. So that's why all this is taking such a long time. So like I said, this is probably hour 12 by the time we're already here in this part of the recording, probably maybe hour 15. And this video is sped up, I believe, 50 times. So if that's a little too fast, maybe I can do 25 times. I think 10 times is a little bit too short. So these trees, I will probably redo the ones that I was just placing. I wanted to add a lake. That process is also kind of difficult, but also is much doable, but I think would require a special tutorial for me to do. So if you want to know how to do that, let me know as well. I can do pretty much any tutorial. I have a lot of experience in Photoshop by now. I made several maps in Photoshop, not to this quality or this detail, but I definitely have experience in Photoshop. If there is something that I know very well, it's definitely Photoshop. And maybe my channel will start having a little bit more Photoshop tutorials. I actually decided to get a little tablet for drawing, so that, as you will see probably soon, I start drawing some icons and things like that. So as much icons as I can, I am gonna do by hand, and I'm not exactly sure. So here I'm just thinking of where to place the mountains. I did want to make this a dragon shape mountain, because these are gonna be called dragon mountains. I'm not gonna say really the lore behind these, but I did want to, because my players might watch this, but I did want to kind of mention that. So I think we're nearing the end of the video here. I'll see you in the next one. I should be posting these fairly regularly, as there is quite a bit of these left. Thank you for watching, and let me know your thoughts down in the description below, and see you soon.